Hey guys, do not overpay buying a used 450 Sport Quad. Today we're just focusing on the 450s. I'm gonna go over my top 4, maybe 5 best used Sport Quads to buy and why you should buy them. Pros, cons, a little bit of everything. So let's get into it. First quad we're starting off with is probably the one you've heard of, is a YFZ450. This bike's been around and is currently only the sport bike that they make other than the Raptor 700. That'll be a different video. But 450 wise, this is the only 450 they still currently make to this day. Carbureted, they made this thing from 2004 to 2008/9, right in there. 2009, they fully switched over to fuel injection. This bike did come with electric start, had no reverse on it. The good thing about these YFZ450s that a lot of people like is how low they sit to the ground. They're very compact, super good with getting in the tracks if you're riding trails, just getting in there, sliding around, you know what I mean? And these ones are pretty affordable. You can actually find them for like 2,500 bucks if you don't just go on there right now and look for one. There probably won't be, but if you look for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, if you just keep looking, you'll find one that's under 3 grand and you can find it for a decent deal. I just posted one on my YouTube shorts and my TikTok about one that has, a guy has one for sale in Arizona right now for 2,800 bucks, fully rebuilt motor. It's got some stuff done to it. I was like, dude, I mean, you could still find these things for a really good price. A really nice thing about these is there's so many aftermarket parts you put on them. They still make these, so you can still buy rims for them. You could still, you know, a ton of aftermarket parts for them. With like, I own a Honda. With Honda, they stopped making Hondas in 2014, the 450s. And it's very hard to kind of find parts, just like rims even, like used rims on Facebook. Not a lot, but if you look for a Yamaha, there's parts scattered all over Facebook for these things. So that's great. Biggest thing about these, not a ton of people know about this, but from 2004 to 2006, they had this thing called the oil mod you had to do to it. There wasn't enough oil getting to the wrist pin and connecting the rod bearing, which was causing no bueno. It's not good. So you had to do this oil mod upgrade. If you look into it, there's more about it. I won't go into like crazy details about it. But yeah, that was a big thing because that just caused the engine to go bye-bye, and no good. Simple as that. So look into that if you're buying it 04 to 06. Make sure oil mod has been done to it. If not, just plan on doing it. But overall, YFZ450, I'm honestly gonna give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for sure. I mean, the only problem I didn't like about my bike when I had it was just shorter for me.
That kind of hurted me though.
All right, the second one on the list, the one I'm most excited about, is a Honda TRX450R or ER, the electric start.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn.
These bikes, I like them. People still say the YFZs are better. I've had my Honda for 5 years, and it's been great to me. I haven't had any problems with it. The only downsides to it, I will 100% say right now, that is kind of annoying about Honda. They never fuel injected these. Going all the way to 2014 when they stopped making them, never fuel injected. Carbureted the whole time. So if you're not a big carburetor guy, I'd kind of stay away from the Hondas. But dude, they're really good, known for being super reliable. They're just good builds. They're probably up there. They're kind of YFZ's up here for like the modification list. You could do a ton for them, and that's kind of Honda and the rest of them down here. You know, you can still find plenty of parts for them, but it's not like just like, oh, here's this. You do have to dig a little bit to find parts. It might take a little bit of time. Between 04 and 05, they were kickstart, and then 06 and above, they switched over to electric start. If you guys want to know more, and like, I have a couple videos of me riding. If you go on my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, I've posted videos of my quad before, and there's good videos of my quad on there. If you guys want more like info and more like cool videos of like a TRX modded out big time, mine's not really crazy modded out. It's pretty much bone stock. It just has an exhaust on it and just some other mods to it. Nothing like engine wise. But if you guys are looking for a YouTuber that's done like a full kitted out TRX450, Square One Speed Channel. He lives in Yuma, Arizona. I've talked to him. Super cool guy. I hope to go ride with him one day. But I would go check him out. Great videos, cool guy, and he's got a YFZ450 and a TRX450. So go check his channel out too. Another nice thing about the TRX450, it does sit taller, like kind of like a Raptor 700. A lot lot of bigger guys ride like Raptor 700s, even the old 660s. These are just kind of a taller bike. They're for bigger guys. I just simply say that. They're just bigger quads. They've got more top end to them. So that's kind of why I went with a TRX450. It is a bit taller than a YFZ450, so I felt more comfortable on it. Downsides to it, it is a bit more top heavy. It's not like crazy. It's not like you're gonna roll every corner you take. I mean, I have rolled my quad before.
Oh, got it. Don't, no, boom. Down I go.
TRX450, I highly recommend. I love mine. Only downside is the carburetor. 100% will say that. Carburation is pretty annoying. I have definitely thought about switching over to a YFZ450 just because of the fuel injection. That is very, very nice. But dude, I've had my quad for 5 years now. Does run. It ran, I think I had some bad gas in it a while back because it was running a little choppy. I did have a guy just real quick, a buddy of mine, clean it for me. And now it runs like a top and she's running really good. But it does need some love. I want to put a cam in it, get some work done to it. But I'd give the TRX450, I give it an 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10 just because of the carburation is pretty rough. I do wish I'm going to have to take 2 points off just for that. But it's a good bike. Highly recommend still. I love it. Love mine. All right, so now we are off to the LTR450. A lot of you guys, I think, are going to like this one more. They definitely are more expensive on Marketplace compared to like a Honda or like a YFZ450. I've seen these things more closer to like 4,500, maybe even $5,000. They are definitely more expensive, and I think it's because they are fuel injected. They were the first sport quad fuel injected back in 2006. Freaking TRX was just going over to electric start at that time. So they were on top of their game back then. So yeah, it's a Suzuki LTR450, went fuel injected back in 2006. This bike also has no reverse. All these bikes on here have no reverse except for the last bike I'm going to show. All these came with no reverse. People do say that these bikes, the rear ends are known to kind of giving out on these things, wearing pretty fast, the bearings and all that. And then they're saying it's a pretty heavy bike. That's what I've heard. Or like compared to like the YFZ450, the TRX450, and kind of like the TRX450, it is harder to find parts for these things because they did not make them for a super long time. They only made this quad for 4 years, 2006 to 2009. So 4 years, right around there. That's wild. They only made it for that many years and it's just gone. So that's why they're kind of harder to find parts for, because they didn't make it for a ton of years. And that's why they're more expensive, because there's not a ton out there. I mean, at least Honda made them for like 10 years, 9. No, they made it for 10, 2004 to 2014. So yep, it is a bit harder. That is a little bit of a downside, but I've heard great things about these bikes. I'm gonna give this also an 8.5. I'm gonna give it over the Honda. I'm gonna get 8.5 out of 10. Now we're on a Kawasaki, a KFX450R. These were also fuel injected right when they came out of the box, 2008. They're fuel injected. Pretty nice, another nice thing. Big thing is though that I've heard they're not the fastest things in the world. They say they're very low end torquey. They don't have a ton of top end, but like if you're not drag racing, who really cares how much top end you have? For me, I dropped a sprocket, or dropped a tooth on my front sprocket, so then I got more low end power on my 450. I'm just more worried about coming out of hill climbs, wheelies, just, you know, that's more important than top end power to me. And these things do come with reverse. I don't know, to me, I've only had bikes with no reverse, so I'm just used to it. Some people are like, oh, I gotta have reverse, like these and like a Raptor have reverse. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal not to have reverse. That's just me. I'm just kind of used to it at this point. And this thing, kind of downsides to it, this is the heaviest bike on the list. They're saying it's heavier than the YFZ450, TRX, and the LTR450. And people feel it most when they're jumping up in the air. Just doesn't feel like they can get anywhere, just keeps them on the ground. And they recommend upgrading the stock axle because they are known for bending and braking. So people highly recommend upgrading your rear axle because they are known for bending and braking. So recommend an aftermarket one as soon as possible. People are saying this is more, probably out of all of them, it's probably the most comfort ride one. They definitely say there's a ton of power, and it's, you know, it's a sport bike for sure, but they're like trail riding, definitely want to kick it up a speed, but also just kind of want to cruise around. It's kind of a 2-for-1. It's got the reverse on it, so you're not just freaking pinned everywhere. You can cruise around, kick her in reverse, just chill. So good bike. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. This is probably my least favorite. The looks, I'm not a huge fan of them, to be honest. Just not a huge fan. That's just me. Yeah, that's my review on it. So in first place, we had YFZ450 at the top. Everyone kind of saw it coming. Yamaha's got it going on at the 450 class. It's just been, they're still making it. It's just killing it. It's the most popular quad out there. I will 100% say that. And then number 2 on the list, I had the LTR450 coming in at second place. Good bikes. Only downside, biggest downside I've heard about them is just finding parts for them. He's the only man for 3 years, sadly. They need to bring that bike back. That'd be awesome. I'd low-key probably think about buying one. And then third place, we had the Honda, my favorite. I'm biased just because I own one. That's the only reason. And last place, we had the Kawasaki. So yeah, all of them good bikes. Haven't heard any terrible things about them. But dude, thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on like comparing like the bigger bikes, like because there's the Raptor 700. I'm pretty sure there's a Suzuki 700. I know there's a Honda 700. There's a TRX 700. And I think there's a Suzuki Kawasaki. Yeah, there's a couple 700s out there. So not as popular, the Raptor, same with the YFZ, the Yamaha, most popular one. But if you guys are interested in seeing a bigger scale of quad video, let me know, and I'd be so down to film one. So thanks for watching, guys.